The war has entered another year, and I feel this one will be its last. In the east, the Soviets have captured Warsaw and continue to push further and further westward. As I write this now, the Soviets are just over 60 kilometers away from Berlin. In the west, the Ardennes offensive has ground to a halt. The Western Allies are now back where they started due to their counteroffensive. At this point, the Luftwaffe barely has a pulse, completely incapable of protecting us from the huge bomber streams above, and the same can be said for the U-boat arm. In December alone, we have lost 12 U-boats. In addition to this, 11 U-boats have already been lost this month. Despite the grim situation, U-2513 will go on patrol once again. Her destination is grid AN55, just off the coast of Great Britain. Hello everybody, Wolf back here, and welcome back aboard U-2513 as we begin our second patrol in the series. The boat is currently departing Bergen, Norway on this nice dark night, and it's January 29th, 1945, so we were in port for around a month. The port is already obscured by the thick fog, however. We can see the light from the lighthouses out there, but we're already making pretty good progress through the fjords to our patrol objective. And speaking of our objective, BDU has sent us to grid AN55, and this grid is actually in the North Sea here, just off of Hartlepool, and this is going to be rather interesting indeed. I was checking the depth here, and it looks like we have a pretty deep pocket right here, which will probably be around 200 meters, but lots of this grid is rather shallow, so it's going to be an interesting patrol objective indeed. This actually fits nicely with what I was planning to do this patrol anyway, and that is go to places I wouldn't go unless I was in a Type 21. So once we complete this objective in grid AN55, patrolling for 24 hours, we're going to head south and go through the English Channel and patrol the Irish Sea up in here, I think. This is going to be rather risky, of course, and you know, the chances of getting killed are certainly higher than if we were out here in the middle of the North Atlantic hunting for convoys. However, I want a challenge. I'm going to be honest, when we were out here in grid AK, it was very easy to penetrate the escort screens, do some damage, and slip away undetected. And I think with the, you know, quieting systems on this boat and how we don't have to surface really at all, that going into the Irish Sea really is feasible. A lot of Type 23 submarines were coastal boats by nature with their 2 torpedo limit and relatively short range, and they operated around the British Isles as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't think it's a terrible decision, and if anything, it'll make for a very interesting patrol. The torpedo loadout is pretty similar to what we had in the beginning. If we go here, well, lots of T3 torpedoes, some fat torpedoes, and of course a couple of homing torpedoes. That's really it. Just a little more variation in our torpedo loadout, but overall extremely similar to what we had previously. And I'll show those off as the patrol progresses. You guys just spotted that ship. I can see it right here. That is our escort, actually. It's gotten quite a bit of ways ahead of us, but like visibility is rather poor. I mean, that ship is what, 3 kilometers away, and it's pretty hard to see. It's a rather dark night. But anyway, that's really all I have to report for the time being. We're just going to make our way out of the fjords, and of course, once we reach this area over here, the boat will submerge for really the remainder of her patrol, unless there's an emergency or something. I don't see us surfacing in the North Sea. That is a terrible idea, if you ask me. Well, it's nice and early in the morning on January 30th, 1945, and we are going to make our dive. Periscope depth, please. And down we will go. While we submerge, I do want to point this out. We have already encountered a hunter-killer group heading southeast. Speed is fast. They're moving at a speed of 18 knots. Holy cow, that is actually extremely quick here. We'll just mark that down because it is possible we may run across their path, although highly unlikely. But they are patrolling this area, and it's not necessarily a huge chunk of water compared to what we have been operating in out here. So just wanna think about it. I would like to engage a hunter-killer group one of these days, but these guys are going 18 knots. They're probably hunting something. Anyway, looks like the boat is already submerged down to periscope depth. We're going to go down to 40 meters, I believe. Let's also check the depth here. 321 meters. Okay, perfect. Yep, and down we go. Slow speed down to around 4 knots. Do a quick hydrophone check, make sure nothing is out and about. I doubt it. We're pretty close to Bergen. Just want to do a quick sweep. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay, well, with that out of the way, we will continue heading towards grid AN55, and I'll keep you updated on this task force. I'm curious to see what they will do and where they will go. Okay, just a brief update on things. It's currently February 4th, 1945, and we have made it rather close to grid AN55 here. We do have a contact report of an enemy convoy heading south. Their speed is medium. I believe that's 8 knots here. So they are probably heading down the coast. I wonder where they will end up, and if so, they will pass right through our grid, and this would be a fantastic target to attack. Anyway, besides that, it's been really uneventful. We've seen quite a few contact reports of enemy hunter-killer groups and the like operating up here in the North Sea. However, none of them have come across our path, so we've been relatively lucky there. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to our patrol area, so once we're here, we will of course patrol for 24 hours and probably lay in wait for this convoy to cross our path. Okay, we received a report here. Enemy convoy heading east-southeast. Their speed is medium at 8 knots once again. We are moving in a position to intercept now. I think this may be the same convoy we detected up here, just following the coast here. So we'll see, and we'll be there in 1 hour and 50 minutes at our current speed of 14 knots. Going to drain battery power extremely rapidly here. Okay, we just received a hydrophone contact. Merchant, medium speed, closing, bearing 276 here, long range. I am going to mark this down. It looks like it's actually heading straight for us. We also received another radio message. Let's see. U-746 has failed to make contact after reporting possible minefield in the Gulf of Finland. Presumed lost. Okay. Another U-boat lost. It's pretty regular news at this point. Let's change our course. New heading 090. We're going to track, if this is a lone merchant ship, we're going to track it down, and this will be our target. Two lone merchant ships. 3. Okay, we should be able to intercept easily. Weather is quite calm. Sprint into position here. Sprint a little quicker. Actually, you know what? We're gonna try to get in front of them here. It looks like these guys are moving kind of quickly. And we'll get into a decent firing position. Battery power is draining. Okay. Let's change course and drop our speed. 2 knots. Okay, once we finally slow down, it takes forever for this boat to slow down. It needs some speed brakes or something. Okay, we are down at 4 knots. We'll be able to look through the periscope, upscope, and let's take a look, see what we got going on here. 3 lone merchant ships. That is quite the prize here. Okay, and it looks like they're all rather small, if I'm being honest. However, they're all by themselves. I could probably fire 1 at each of these targets. Okay, let's mark this down and try to 315 them. It looks like they're moving at a fair pace here. And let's begin the process of identifying all these targets. Be nice to have a deck gun, wouldn't it? It's a cargo ship. Coastal freighter, yep. See, around 2,000 tons. Looks like another coastal freighter here. And a small merchant, right? Small freighter? No. Small merchant. There we go. 2,000 tons. 6.8 meters is the draft. So I'm going to fire tube 4 at this one because it is a fat torpedo. And hopefully the ladder search pattern, if it misses, it'll go aft and hit one of these other merchant ships. What is the depth of the coastal freighter? 7.3 meters. We'll set the depth to 8 meters on this torpedo. Same with tube 1, which will go for the second ship in the line. And then tube 2, which will go for this one. 6.8. Go. All right, got it all set up here. And now we just wait. I think they're going pretty quickly. And are they zigzagging? Ah, shoot. Are they really? Or are they just changing course? Oh my goodness. Well, this speed reading is going to be off. Oh my, just my luck. They're literally just changing course right before my eyes. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Oh, what a good time to zag. Lock on target. There's just a slight course change, it seems. Okay, up scope. Let's try to get their speed one more time. Lock on target. This is salvageable. Okay. Start. I think they're going pretty darn fast. Down scope. Problem is this boat just takes forever to turn around. Shit. Can we turn around quick enough? Up scope. I don't think we can. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, this is not gonna work for us. Oh, maybe it will. This reading's gonna be off as well. 8 knots. May be able to hit 2 of them. Gosh, they are at point blank range as well. This is not ideal at all. This is not ideal. That course change really just fucked this up. Lock on target. Okay, what's their course? 315. .315. 50 degrees. 8 knots. Tube 1, open. That's a terrible solution. We're not even going to. We'll fire at this one. We'll just take this one out. Range the target. 388 meters. Tube 2 will be fired at this one. Speed 8 knots. Open. Angle on bow is 90 degrees to starboard. Set. Tube 2. Close. Why the heck? The range is absolutely incorrect. But that torpedo is going to hit. Let's take a look and watch this torpedo impact here. As long as the magnetic detonator goes off, there we go. Boom!
Come on, you Yamin! Yamin! Nice!
Sieht jemand Überlebende?
Well, that is one small merchant burning. That's an extremely large fire that's broken out on the deck there. These two little ships are just going to get away. I'm not even going to waste my torpedoes and think about re-engaging. I do think the small merchant will go down, though. I mean, look at that. Secondaries are going off. It's a pretty dramatic fire there. Let's continue on our course. I do want to continue to head towards this convoy. It's a shame I wasn't able to fire at all three. That course change really just screwed up my plans, but at least we got one, and we got the largest ship of the lot, so looks like she is taking on lots of water in the bow. It's only a matter of time. Well, that is confirmation that small merchant ended up going down. The other two coastal freighters are zigzagging like mad getting out of here, but we are going to break off and increase speed heading for this convoy's path. We'll see if we actually end up making contact with it. In the meantime, we do need to reload one of our torpedoes here. Okay, we've picked up a warship, constant distance bearing 015, and it looks like it may be by itself and is heading away. It is very possible we missed a convoy. We also got this report of a ship heading northwest, and also this one of a task force heading west. We'll continue to head down here in grid A and 55 and just patrol these waters and see what the heck is going on. It is possible that convoy changed course. I'm not too surprised by that, but anyway, we are just cruising at 4 knots down here, and we'll see what we find. Okay, we just got a report, merchant here, moving slow, and it seems like it is heading north, kind of towards our direction. So we have adjusted accordingly, and we are going to begin pursuing this contact. And we'll figure out what it is down here. No warships on hydrophone or anything like that. Nothing crazy. Can't tell if this target is actually zigzagging around. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't make a sudden course change or anything like that. Okay, down to 4 knots. And let's check it out. Up scope. We'll see what this vessel is. There she is. Small merchant ship. Once again, 2,000 tons. I don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and 315 the target just to get a decent speed reading here. Mark that down. Bring this out. Start. Down scope. 1, 2. All right, 3 minutes and closing in on 15 seconds. Up periscope. Oh, get it up, get it up, get it up. Okay, we passed 15 seconds. That's all right. I think it's moving rather slow, probably around 5 knots, just like the other one, if I'm being honest. 5 knots. Look at that. Okay. And let's try to establish the target's course. Looks like they are heading around 335 degrees, thereabouts. Let's adjust our course accordingly. 350, down scope. Don't want to risk that periscope being spotted by lookouts on board that merchant ship. And we can go ahead and plug this information into our TDC. So first off, let's bring out the disc here, the attack disc, and we said their heading was 335 degrees. There you go. They're about 40 degrees AOB currently. To starboard. Speed is 5 knots. Set range probably will be around 1 kilometer, but we'll see. Okay, let's get nice and close. And we can even slow down even more. Wait for the target just to cross our path. This should be a textbook attack. Okay, there she is. Tube 1. Draft 6.8. 8 meters. Down scope. We're just gonna lay it and wait, really. Our gyro angle is 0. So we'll fire at around 351? Yeah, it seems right. Let's get our hydrophone operator to follow the target. No sound contacts. Are you insane? Okay, well, we'll just follow it here. Once it gets around at 345 degrees, that's when we'll raise our periscope. Up scope. Lock on target. Come on, give me a clear picture. Just want to get range one more time. She is pretty darn close. I think I'm going to fire. No, well, you will. Let's wait just a little bit longer. Open the tube, though. Opening tube 1. Tube 1. Close. It's like a pretty good solution. I did not realize. Oh no, the next torpedo that will be loaded is a fat. We'll see. Hopefully this torpedo isn't malfunctioning and running extremely deep or something crazy. And it looks like it's running nicely. It's a very calm day out. The sea is like glass. We'll follow this torpedo all the way to its new home. And this looks like it is certainly going to be a hit. Yeah, that looks like it's going to hit right in the middle of the vessel. Hopefully the magnetic pistol freaking goes off. We'll see. Come on.
Torpedo
there we go. Boom. Perfect. Not bad at all.
Come on, you jamming! Jamming! Slice it!
Well, that looked like a pretty good hit to me. As you can see, she has a fire on the bridge there, and I think she will go down. It's only a matter of time. So we are going to lay in wait here and just wait for her to flood and eventually go down. I am worried about Allied escorts coming to this area. However, it does seem like there are quite a few operating along this coast, so we'll see if we get a proper response from the Allies. Oh, there we go. Secondary's already going off. Well, we finally got confirmation. She is going down. We also completed our objectives of patrolling grid AN55 for a total of 24 hours. So that means we are going to begin part 2 of our journey, and that is going through the English Channel. Well, it has not been too long after our last engagement with the small merchant ship, and we've picked up a warship heading this way. Actually, it looks like it's heading away now. It was heading north, but now it seems like it's heading more westward. Let's drop down to 4 knots just to take a look and see if a shot is even feasible. And even if it's a warship worth taking a shot at, it's probably just a corvette or something. Upscope. Let's see what this target is. Is it even in visual range? Very possible it is not. Oh, there she is. Hunt class destroyer. I'm contemplating firing our homing torpedo at her. Or T5. Yeah. But I think I won't. It's pretty far out there. No, it's not an American warship. Let's go to British. Yeah, it's pretty far. It's just a long ways out there, and I'm honestly not too, let's say it's a Hunt 3. Yeah, it's well over 2 kilometers out there. That's being generous. I'm gonna let it be. Down scope. I'm just not going to tangle with it. Let's continue on our course, and hopefully it sails on its merry way. Doesn't bother us. Looks like it's on a mission. May actually be heading up here towards the sinking here and pick up survivors or something. Well, here is something interesting. We have 2 merchant ships heading up the coast here. Looks like they are heading like 310 thereabouts, and it looks like just 2 lone merchant ships as far as I can tell. No warships or anything like that around, so this is looking nice. I loaded a couple of T3 torpedoes. We also have just our regular fat torpedoes. We have a lot of fat torpedoes actually. Anyway, let's change course. New heading. 340. Let's try that for the time being. Oh, well, rudder and midships right now. Okay, we are at 4 knots. Let's take a look. Hopefully it's just not a pair of tugboats or something silly. Upscope. Oh my gosh, look how shallow it is. Don't like that. Do not like that at all. Here they are. Oh, baby. Yeah, look at that. Liberty cargo ship and a large merchant. C3 cargo. These coastal waters are quite dangerous, but I mean, can't beat this. Okay. Let's take a look. Liberty cargo ship. Oh, large cargo. We'll identify this one first. There we go. Liberty cargo. Perfect. I'm liking this this setup here. Okay, we'll time them for 3 minutes and 15 seconds just to get an accurate speed reading. Jeez, how shallow is it here? I'm just curious. Depth under keel is 9 meters. Jeez, that is insanity. And I've accidentally goofed this up. I'm making a habit of doing this. Looks like 7 knots to me. It's kind of hard to read though. That's why I like to use this one. 7 knots, perfect. Adjust course 050. I'm debating how many torpedoes I want to fire at each of these. Large cargo is the larger one, of course, so I'm thinking I'll probably fire one fat torpedo at the Liberty cargo ship, and then 2 T3 torpedoes at this one. So if this this fat torpedo happens to miss the Liberty cargo, then it'll just keep swimming around and possibly hit our large merchant friend. Okay, let's set that up then. Tube 1 will be fired at the Liberty cargo ship. What is her draft? 6.8 meters. Go. Oh, wrong one. Let's go. Speed, 7 knots. 7 knots. Bring out our attack disc. Her heading is 310. Angle on bow currently is 40 degrees to port. 40 degrees port. And range to target is 3 kilometers. Now we will transition to the large cargo. We'll be shooting tubes 2 and 3. Draft of this vessel is 9.9 meters. We'll set it to 10.9, just around 1 meter underneath the keel of the vessel for our magnetic pistols. Alright, set, and everything else should be around the same range, angle on bow, and speed. Now we really just need to wait for them to be at an ideal angle. So once they are at around 0.12 degrees, 0 degree gyro angle there, that's when we will fire. Let's reduce speed to around 3.5 knots. And downscope. I think now's the time to take our final bearings. Upscope. We will be firing tubes 2 and 3 first. That target will be slightly farther away. Let's get range to target here. .3. Okay, just wait a little bit longer. Okay. Lock on target. Open tube 2. Oh, we'll just fire a salvo. 2 and 3. Open both. We'll aim for this second mast and the funnel. All right, tube 2. Los. All right, tube 3. Los. Open tube 1. On target. Angle on bow is just shy of 90. That looks about right to me. If anything, it may be a bit more closer. Alright, tube 1. Los. Alright, all 3 away. Down scope. Look at these. Looks like pretty good shots to me. We'll see, and they should hit in quick succession. Let's go to the external view, and hopefully I did not completely screw that up. Jeez, it's just amazing how shallow it is here. Anyway, that's pretty nuts. Should be easy to find our torpedoes. It looks like this one is heading for the large cargo ship. Those are looking good, and the one meant for Liberty cargo should be close behind. But anyway, the large cargo ship should get hit first. We'll see how we hit. Aimed for the mast and the funnel. There we go. Okay. Slightly aft. One hit. Other torpedo should be following just behind. Hit aft. Not great, not terrible.
Sieht jemand
Still 2
Überlebende?
hits on the vessel, and there we go. That one hit smack dab in the middle. It was at a better angle and a better profile, but yeah, that was pretty good. All right, all 3 hits.
Jemand Überlebende?
Die Leute sind von Bord.
All magnetics.
Wir wollen uns, wir haben ihn! Wir haben ihn! Leise!
Sieht jemand Überlebende?
Overall, pretty good attack.
Von Bord.
I'll have to figure out what exactly I want to load in these next tubes here. And I can't tell. This ship just has such a weird profile. It looked like she was listing, but I could be wrong. This ship looks like it's listing to the bow, but I think I may be just imagining things here. No fires have broken out on deck. Looks like the bow wake is pretty tiny now, though. They may be slowing down. Interesting. Well, let's deliberate what we want to load next. T3. I should have taken more T3s. All these fat torpedoes are just really going to... they loaded me up with a lot of T5s. I'm not necessarily complaining. It is just surprising, though. I really took the default loadout. I just took a couple of loot torpedoes. Well, I suppose time will tell if these 2 end up going down, or I'm going to have to fire more torpedoes at them. They're not going very fast. What, 7 knots, right? Yeah, 7 knots. We'll see. I think that'll be enough. I really do, but who knows? It could be hours. We're going to drop our scope because it is daytime, and we are extremely close to the British Isles. And planes are probably inbound. Let's be honest. Well, we just got confirmation she is in fact going down. I think that ship has actually embedded herself on the seabed because of how shallow it is. This Liberty cargo ship's continuing to sail away, however, so we may have to chase her down and fire another torpedo at her, but at least we got the big one, 10,000 tons. Yeah, 9,997 tons, so not too shabby. Anyway, we'll continue to watch this Liberty cargo ship and see if it ends up going down. It does look like it's listing a bit, but time will tell. Well, I think we will have to fire another torpedo at this Liberty cargo ship. Let's adjust our course slightly to establish the target speed. It has been zigzagging quite a bit, so I want to be sure we get an accurate speed reading here. Okay, rudder and midships. Let's see. And start. Liberty cargo ship. How long is it? 147 meters. So if it's 147 meters, we are going to be using the red 150 meter scale here, just to see exactly how fast she is going on the Uyagd. Looks like she's slow. Going that slow, wow. 5 knots.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ruder, hart Steuerbord. Ruder, hart Steuerbord.
Okay, 5 knots. Angle on bow is close to 80 degrees to starboard. Range is point blank. Looks like she is pretty low in the water relatively, 740 meters. We are going to fire tube number 2 at her. Speed will be fast on this torpedo as it is a G7A. And the draft of this ship is 6.8. 7.5 meters. Open tube 2. Tube 2. Los.
Rohr 2, los.
Torpedos abgefeuert.
Oh, she is just crawling, so yeah. If anything, it looks like she has gotten slower. Rudder.
Ruder 0 Grad.
Probably shouldn't have. It's probably a bad move to do that while turning, but it looks like
Torpedotreffer.
it was fine.
Come on, you Jeremy! Jeremy!
Another hit in the middle of the vessel. We'll see if that's enough to finally drag her under. Those G7Es are fast. Look at these two hits side by side. I probably should have aimed for the stern or something again, but I think that'll be enough to cause sufficient damage to bring her under. I'd really rather not fire a third torpedo, but pretty accurate hits. Not too bad. Well, we will rinse and repeat. We will wait and see if she finally goes under. Well, despite what I would like, this Liberty cargo ship is dead in the water, and it's been dead in the water for quite a few hours, like 3 hours at this point. So I think we're going to fire another torpedo, and this time we're going to aim for the bow. The tricky part is going to be setting the magnetic pistol at just the right depth. So I'm going to set it for like 9.5 meters. I hope that is deep enough to actually get an impact here. We will see though. I'm going to fire tube number 3 at it. 9.5. Speed, fast, open, tube 3. Check here, runs right through it. Perfect, just want to be sure. I'm going to aim for the bow portion of the ship. I should have aimed for a different portion of the vessel to begin with, but here we are. Live and learn, tube 3, los. I'd rather fire another torpedo and ensure a kill than leave this thing here. Like I said, I mean, we hit at around 1400 hours. It is currently 1649, so it has been a long time. We'll see if this magnetic pistol goes off here. Oh yeah, we'll see here. I did not set it nearly deep enough, but come on, baby.
Torpedo
You still hit? Perfect. Sometimes they just bounce off, but thankfully that managed to hit the target, and that is it. She is done for. There we go. Now. She's going down. That is more torpedoes than I would have liked, obviously, but I'd rather confirm the kill here.
Die Leute sind von Bord.
Well, you can hear the Liberty cargo ship breaking up. That is our 4th kill of the patrol, as you can see here. But that will conclude it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and comment. As always, it does really help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack 345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.